Okay, folks, and now on to part two of my Beauty and the Beast review. So, as I was saying, let me get some few details how this movie has barely had any comparison to the original. Now, if you remember the original, it has some still creativity and charm of what it is in the original. But with the remake, it begs you one question: what is the point of making a reboot of Beauty and the Beast? I mean, think about it. If you compare much as other Disney remakes, such as Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent, and Pete's Dragon, at least those movies they remake them. You know, those movies made a few decades ago. But here, Beauty and the Beast, they decided to remake it. Even though it came out in the '90s, it kind of makes it very eva- it doesn't like it doesn't vary up a bit about reason why they decided to make this remake, because even though it's so obvious that Disney remake is because they want to make it become a cash cow to all the fans who love the original. In fact, in my opinion, the reason why Disney keep doing these remakes is because it's basically simple. In my opinion, I think the Disney company is jealous of itself. Oh, let me elaborate. Like Walt Disney Studios, the live action version, the studio that brings live action, has rarely got that any good money when it comes to live action films, aside from the movies based on true facts, true stories, like Queen of Coyote or Saving Mr. Banks. At least they'll kind of get good money, but not really. But Disney Animation Studios literally got way more money than other Disney companies have, including Marvel. Well, Marvel did got a lot more money with the help of Disney, but Walt Disney Animation Studio got more money than other Disney companies does, in my opinion. I know Disney company have everything and they all share the same money, but here's my point. Disney really wanted to make more money, start making more money when it comes to the live action films. Like, like they literally reason why they want to make the reboot of Beauty and the Beast because we want to make more money than Walt Disney and we want to make more money because of our successful live action films than our standard Disney animated films. So we can get more money, and we're gonna keep getting more money so we can get so people will try to give us a chance for making good live action films instead everybody keep loving all of our animated films. That's why I think that's the point of reason why they made this reboot. It's because they just want more money aside from that. And because they're jealous of their successful anime movies are getting way more successful than the live action films. Now, aside from that, let me get back to this review. Now let's continue this review. What nicely thing about this film is that it does have some differences compared to the original movie and the original book. Like for some reason, every time when the petal falls, it's somehow starting the castle to fall apart, and then some reason the antiques will start to become real life, not sentient antiques. If you don't know, not sentient means that something that's not alive, and that's kind of leaving me scratching my head like, why they have that? They never did that before in the original. And I mean, aside from the beast saying remaining as a beast forever, but why the rest of his servants become real life antiques? It kind of makes no freaking sense. As for LeFou, like his characters get confusing. Like in the original, he was supposed to be like, of course, the villain's psychic. Like he helps Gaston try to force Belle to marry by putting Maurice into asylum. But here, he just kind of gets confused. Like he knows that Gaston, what he's doing was wrong, but he's not so sure that he's good. He wants to be on Gaston's side or Belle's side. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Emma Watson as Belle in a minute, guys, because I have a lot of things to say about her. But back on track. That's the thing about these characters. These characters barely have any three. These characters in the remake barely have any three-dimensional personalities in the characters in the original. Like like I understand Lumiere and Cosworth fights a lot like in the original. At least they do was kind of clever. Do variations do it, and it's very clever. And as for like everybody else in the characters, well, like I said, the visuals is and the special effects on these characters are really not that good. Like sometimes the visual it does look nice, like the setting, but the visual effect doesn't look very creative, guys. Like I said, the characters, the antique characters, doesn't even look that good. Seriously, it doesn't feel like you're watching a Beauty and the Beast movie. It's just the total laziness, and they're not even trying to make a good like a qualable antique qualable characters with cartoon characters we know today. I mean, the characters we have to design the characters in the Jungle Book look creative because they're not like cartoony animals. They just put CG. They do a CG version, live action version of the character, and it does look very well. Well, and as for the rest of that, that's simply as that. They just do something laziness. They don't have anything creativity. Now, as for the songs. Now, remember I said about the problem with the songs, just like the main problem with the movie? That is the pacing. The pacing on the songs and the pacing on the scenes you saw in the original movie was go way beyond quickly. Like, here's an example. Here's gonna be a few little bit of spoilers. Now, after like Belle, like I said, got scolded for because of her what she tried to do to teach a little girl, Gaston just tried to flirt her already, ready, and of course Belle refuses without no scenery with him trying to flirt with her and try to propose for marriage, and don't see the prepare for the wedding thing, and then after that Belle refuses, then she starts singing about wanting more and all that stuff. And that's what basically is. The pacing in the songs in the movie is way too fast. It's like that, okay guys, we know you guys love Beauty and the Beast, and we're not gonna show you let you guys see a scene that you know for the movie. But this is the 2 hour and a half movie, we just have no choice but to cram in all the scenes that you see from the original, and we decided to put them in an hour and a half, but then we decided to add another hour and 5 minutes in the movie just so you guys let us see some new experience, even though we might put some new scenes they put in the movie are just pointless filler. Like the part with Belle's mother. I do kind of like see how fine with Belle's mother, but let's just face it, it kind of looks, it just feels completely pointless on all the other reasons. Like I said, the pacing in the movie is kind of way too quick when they started the part all the way from the France and all the way to uh to the part with the castle. They just want to cram in all the scenes we know, like the Be Our Guest and something when Bella and Beast have in common. And now finally, let's get to Emma Watson as Belle. Now, I hate to say, but she's not that bad as when she play as Belle. She is kind of a nice way, but the problem with her is that they rarely let her try become the real Belle we know today. We all know the real Belle that she's kind and sweet and generally smart, but here we never see her do like really any smart thing, and she never had anything beauty of charm to do with the beast around. Most of her dialogue is just kind of way too bosh to listen and watch. Whenever she does something or did something. As well with her relationship with the bees, like in the original, we all know they don't get along that much until they finally show those they have something in common. And at least Belle does teach the beast how to become a generally kind person the way he is, and that's how it works in the original. But sometimes but with this, they kind of did try, but not really. And it really doesn't work, however, in this film. As much for her singing, they really did screw it up with her singing. Like, every time when you hear Emma Watson sing, you can easily hear that they try to auto-tune her singing voice. It's like they noticed that her singing was way too off, and they tried to auto-tune it because they really wanted to make her singing voice sound like Belle's beautiful singing voice, but it kind of doesn't work. I mean, it's like they think the fear that Emma Watson would be a terrible singer, and everybody will critique about Belle's terrible singing in this film. as for that much, but Emma Watson didn't really have any. Like I said, Emma Watson as Belle. She really have any character. She really have character to play as Belle as possible. Like we all know Belle. She's the smartest and beauty and the prettiest girl out there, and she's also kind and she knows what to do and help people with their problems, and that's how it works in the original. But here they kind of tried, and she's just very much sometimes. I think she's sometimes much of a pushover, in my opinion. Whew. But either way, the Beauty and the Beast is not the most. Like I said, guys, I don't. Now, you guys might be thinking, does that mean I don't like this movie? No, I don't. I do not like this movie, guys. It's just an alright film. I don't. There are some things I don't like, and some things I just don't like. But this is just what the problem. This is one of the most biggest mistake that Disney done among other Disney remakes they did, such as Alice Through the Looking Glass, Pete's Dragon. Even though that movie was alright, Maleficent was kind of alright. But that's the thing. The movie does kind of get you a bit bored on watching the movie, especially when they do a Disney remake of Disney remakes, make a 2 hour long film. And that's the thing that basically is with Beauty and the Beast. It's not a bad movie. It still has some charm. It's beautiful from the original, but the original is still way better. But people say the original is still better because it still has some charm. It's whimsical and it has and it does the moral definitely right. So, with all that said, with that out of the way, also got a few things to say. Like I said, with the singing and the songs, they're kind of alright. Like I almost forgot to tell you about the Beauty, the Be Our Guest, the popular song in the movie. It was kind of neat, but sometimes the visual kind of looks too distracting to watch. And Lumiere's singing voice in this movie is beyond botch at this point. It's really uncomfortable to listen to throughout the whole song. I mean, that's the point of. I mean, Lumiere's the original does sing well, but they hit this one in the 2017 just uncomfortable. As most of the other songs, they really are nice to listen to, like the mob song Gaston, but they're kind of not that great to listen to remaster. It's better to listen to the original because that has better music and atmosphere. So either way, in conclusion, I'm gonna give Beauty and the Beast 2017 a 6.5 out of 10 for earning a Poison Mushroom Medal. Just a reminder, the Mushroom Medal means that it's all right. So thank you all for watching, and tell me what you guys think about Beauty and the Beast 2017. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.